Hey, what's up, everybody? I bought in a spoon fork combo from eBay, a couple weeks ago, and the only problem I have with it is the fork part is pretty wide, and there's a serrated edge on the fork, and I'm guessing is that for cutting? I think if they just made an edge not sharp where it's gonna cut your mouth, when you're eating with it, that would have been just fine. So, anyways. I have this, and this is a part from the machines at work. We replaced them with a piece of metal, and this is of aluminum, and it's like an 1/8 inch thick. And I want to carve this. I want to cut this out and make my own fork spoon combo the way I want it. The spoon combo thing that I got it on eBay, like I said, the spoon part is perfect. And wouldn't you know it, I'm in Walmart. I'm walking around Walmart, and I seen them. They had plastic ones, 2 plastic ones, and the thing for like $3, $3 or $4. So I was like, what the heck? So anyways, I still want to go through with this. I want to make one out of this, and the rest of this. So let's get going. Let's draw a picture on here and rough cut it out, and I can use my Dremel or whatever to fine tune it, and I'm gonna have to finagle and bend it to a spoon. So let's get going. Well, it took me a while. I tried to use my my jigsaw saber saw thing, and I had put a metal cutting blade on it, but it kept pulling the dang thing up, and it just pissed me off and vibrated. So I used a hacksaw. So now I got to take it onto the bench grinder and grind it into a more. This is just a rough cut. I ain't gonna eat with this thing, and grind it into a more of a fork and spoon shape, and then we'll go from there. Well, I'm at work now, and I have the vise, and I got a hammer. So now I'm thinking about, I have to put something in here that is like a thing, so I can, when I pound on it, it's rounded, so when I pound on it, it'll take that shape. And I'm looking up here, and I'm trying to find stuff, and I'm thinking the head of this might work, if it doesn't break it, if I can get it out of there. So I'll put the head of this in there. I'll take that socket extension off there and use that, I guess. And I don't know, it'll probably break that plastic thing off. I might have to go with something else. Maybe this wrench at the end of that. I'll figure something out. Hold on. Well, I'm hammering it down now. I opened the jaws up, and I keep tapping on it, as I bend it into shape, and it's going pretty good to work on a little bit. I know I'm not using the right hammer. I should use a ball peen hammer. I don't have one, and I didn't want to go out and buy one just for this project, so because I don't do a lot of sheet metal work or metal work or anything. So this, I'm just going to keep tapping away on it like this, and then I'll pound it flat and get all these dings out of here, and we'll keep working. Well, I got it as far as I'm going to get it. I put a slight bend in it, and now I'm going to use my Dremel to cut out the tines in there, and we'll see. I'm just going to take my time and keep working at it. I had the vise this way, and I took just a big old wrench, and I clamped it in here like so. And I locked it down, and I used a hammer, and I pounded out on this dang thing, and then I used my other blade and start cutting these tines out. And I'm thinking, that looks pretty weird. They're too close together to stab anything, and there's too many. So I'm gonna shave this down and take the end ones off, and take a couple out of the middle if I can, if it'll be even. Yeah, it'll be even. I'll have 3 tines, I think, or something like that. But anyways, let's get working on that. I bent it into place, and it took a long time. A bunch of blades for my Dremel. I was using a Dremel with these cheap blades, and then I went back to the wider blade after I cut these out. But I'm going to use a bench grinder to grind this off, because it'll take too long with my Dremel to grind that down, or to cut that off. So, and then I'll make this a little bit more narrow too. So. And I still got a lot more to go. It was really primitive looking, but like they always say,
if you want to understand something a little bit more, make one. And I was like, oh God, I thought this would be an easy project. You know, it is quite easy, but yeah, I understand how they make them. They just stamp a big piece of metal into it, in its shape and everything, and it cuts it all at once. But yeah, it's taken a while. So let's get on to cutting this down. Well, you can see I took them tines out, and it'll do a better job, but as far as, like, I mean, all you're going to do is stab with it and pick up food. So if you need the other side, there you go. So I'm going to keep working on it. I'm using this to grind it a little bit thinner, and then I'll go back with this one to, you know, fine tune whatever I need to do. So let's keep going. Well, I finally got all through the sandpapers. When I was recording it with the camera, something was corrupted with like 5 or 6 files when I was going through different grits, progressing up to the joint compound, rubbing compound. And so I'll show you what I finally got. I started with 60 grit, I went to 80, or I went from 60 to 100, I didn't have 80. Then I went to 150 to 220 to 320 to 400 to 600 to polishing compound, rubbing compound on my Dremel with a buffing wheel, and then I use car wax. So I'll show you what I got. See, here it is, nice and shiny. It's not as shiny as I would want it. It still have some imperfections, like right here. I could go back through the progression of sanding. I mean, the first one was the hardest part because you had to take all of the big dings out, and those are 3 of them right there. And I could go through them. It'll probably only take me 10 minutes to go through, but I'm not going to, because this is my first try. And I was just, let me give it a shot, and not bad for my first try, I don't think. It's not very strong. These will bend very easy, and you know, you can bend it and stuff like that, but I just wanted to try it with a piece of aluminum because I didn't want to use, you know, steel because it'll rust. So that's why I made it. So if you ever make one, let me know in the comment section below. Give me a link, I'll go to it and check that out. So that's my first shot with it. I'm going to try it out a little bit later on with eat something with it. I don't know. So there you go. Thanks for watching.